Hi, welcome back. Okay, so we're going to start developing the other elevations. There's just one thing I noticed here. Okay, this is the deck area in here, and that's this line right here. This blue line is top of concrete. We're going to offset 10 inches for the floor joist so we can bring this deck up to, I'm just going to trim it off here, up to the floor height. Okay, so this line right here doesn't show. Let's trim it back to this wall. Okay, but then we need some stairs to get up, and if we look at our floor plan here, you can see that we're going up 3 risers. 1, 2, 3. There's a couple of issues here. Okay, we don't need that. Actually, we do. Okay, so let's undo. We don't need, I don't know where this one, oh, that's the other side of a railing. Okay, so we're showing 1, 2, 3 risers to get up. Now this all depends on how he grades. He may keep his grade lower and then he'd need another stair. And he's probably going to put in some concrete here for a sidewalk. Okay, and so a sidewalk walking all alongside of this building, and then he has to go up some stairs. Well, we try to keep stairs to 7 inches like we did in the inside of the house. So offset 7. So there would be my first step. There would be my second step, and then this would be the level of his sidewalk. He would build up more concrete to that level. And again, we're just showing the fact that he has to rise up a few stairs to get to this deck, to get to the floor height. And how he actually does it is really up to him. You know, he may have more of a riser, or he may have less backfill. Backfill might be lower, and he'd need another step. Anyway, it's all done on site. I'm just going to offset 2 inches just to show the fact that there is a 2-inch piece of material to make that tread, whether it's a 2x10 or 2 2x6s, depending on how he builds the steps themselves. Okay, so that's pretty much it for here. Here he'll have a concrete walkway to walk over, and we have a door right here, right? So this will probably all be concrete or stone or paving stone, or however he wants to finish it. And if he makes this decision between now, when he has his preliminary drawing, and when we do working drawings, we will put that information into this plan. And if he wants to leave it open because he's not sure how he's going to do it, we'll just do that as well. I'm noticing here on this plan, this roof line doesn't continue through. Okay, or we wouldn't see this roof line. It would be cut back. It would be covered by this roof. Okay, this over the breezeway. Yet this one would, because it's lower. Okay, you can see here how this breezeway roof is lower than the main roof of the garage, and so yes, you would see this line coming across if you were looking down, you know, from a helicopter or something for this plan view. Okay, this is the block we made, floor plan block. We're just going to rotate it into a new position. Okay, I'm going to rotate it from this corner, and I'm just going to turn F8 on and rotate it. We're going to draw this side. So if this is our front, this over here would be our right side. Okay, so I'm just going to move it over a little bit so I have some drawing room. Okay, and I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to do some construction lines. I'm going to start off with the basic ones, construction line, X line, and then V for vertical. I'm going to click there. I'm going to go right there. Okay, this is the outside of my deck right there. I'll leave windows for now, I just don't want too many lines. Okay, I'm going to steal some of this. I'm just going to copy SP or CP. Okay, and I'm going to take all of this setup. And what else do I need? Okay, well, I'm going to take this. Okay, and I need a little short one too. So I'm going to take some of that. Okay, and I'm just going to pull it over. So it kind of lines up. There's the edge of my house. it kind of lines up to the edge of the house. Okay, and this is going to change a little bit. We know that this elevation here is the front of the house. Okay, so this area around here where I'm squiggling my mouse. Okay, and this is the back of the house. In the back of the house, you're going to walk right out the basement. We know that our basement is 10 foot high. There's our basement wall right there. So anyway, we can move this one, okay, from this corner. We'll put it right there. That's a 10 foot high wall, okay, concrete wall. We're going to draw a line. This would be the bottom of my concrete slab. And my concrete slab, I mean, typically it's 3 inches. I said 4 before, and we can continue with that. It's between 3 and 4 inches, depending on how much concrete he wants to pour. Obviously 4 is nicer, so I'm just going to offset 4. Okay, by code it only has to be 3. The garage would have to be 4. They're driving cars over it. The garage would have, the garage slab in here where he's driving vehicles and whatever, would have crisscross rebar going through it on 24-inch centers, so rebar in each direction to make rectangles. Over down here, there's no frost going to attack this basement slab. Okay, it can be 3 inches. I'm just going to extend it right to the inside of that wall. Okay, so this, we want one level for our basement. We are out deep, but he wants to walk out this end of the house underneath the deck. Okay, so here all we have to do is have concrete 4 feet below. In this area it's 4 feet below frost, or 4 feet below the surface. Okay, now I'm just going to pick this point right here. Whoops, I went to the outside of the house. Let's move it to the inside. Okay, so there's the concrete there. Okay, my footing is going to be 4 feet below finished grade. My finished grade is going to be probably a little bit below my concrete slab. I'm going to cut the concrete wherever I have a door opening, but I still want the door to be 8 inches above. Okay, so we're going to take this, here, I'll show you what we're doing here. We're going to take this line, okay, we're going to move, well actually we're going to copy this line because we need it there. Okay, we're going to put it down wherever we want, really, and wherever he wants, really, somewhere around there. Okay, now we have lots of concrete showing there. Let's do something like this. Let's offset 8 inches. Actually, that would be that line right there. Let's move. Okay, so there will be our grade. Okay, at the back of the house we have 8 inches showing. Now again, how he actually does this is up to him. What we're showing is code. Okay, we want to show that we have no more than 8 inches above. So we're going to move it to this line right here. Okay, for some reason those snaps don't stay on node. Okay, we're going to go right to the node. Okay, let's move all of this from here to top of concrete. Okay, and now that makes more sense. We can move this to the node. Okay, so everything's working here now. Hopefully you can see it. Okay, I got my 4 feet. Let's change this dimension. Okay, there's my 4 feet from finished grade to my top of my footing, so I meet that code. There's my 8 inches. Okay, and again, he can move this up or down depending on where he puts his final grade. Okay, but for all intents and purposes, we're going to leave it here. I'm just going to take this grade, okay, and I'm going to move it right to there. Okay, and then I'm going to fillet the two of them. How about if I trim? Those are P lines. There we go. Okay. I wish I hadn't done that. Let's undo it. Oh, Monday morning. There we go. Okay, so I've got my 2 grades. I'm going to, what do I want to do here? I need to, let's trim. Let's put in another one, copy. Okay, just move it down there. Okay, we're going to move this one to right there. Okay, and then we're going to take it and we're going to move it right to there. There we go. Okay, so I've got all my grades. Okay, so now I'm going to trim to this line, and I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, that's what I want to show. Okay, this is the grade at the front of the house. Okay, from that point it swoops down. Now again, how he does this is up to how he digs the hole. Okay, he may put in a retaining wall here and drop down 2 feet. He may do all sorts of things. Okay, but what we're showing here is the easiest way, and we will put notes on here to meet all the codes. Okay, so we know that, okay, this is top of concrete, okay, at this end, okay, we'll offset 10 inches. Okay, so there's our top of floor, and then we'll offset 8 feet. And there's our top of the main floor walls. Okay, I'm just going to extend these out. Okay. Okay, so we have the same setup that we have when we did the front elevation. Okay, but this one varies a little bit. Okay, there's a code, okay, that says we are not allowed to step a concrete wall, okay, more than 2 feet, more than 24 inches in height, and not less than 24 inches in length. Okay, so that's confusing, but let me show you how here. Okay, we're just going to offset 8 inches. There's our minimum 8 inches along this wall, right? We have to have concrete above that line. I'm just going to explode it. Okay, now there's a whole bunch of ways of doing this. We can offset 24. Okay, so right there is where I'm going to make my first jog. Okay, and I'll just run it along there. Okay, now if I draw a line from here to intersect that line, okay, so here's my first jog. It's not less than 24. Obviously it's a lot longer than 24 inches. Okay, and it's not more than 24. There's my 24, plus I am 8 inches above the concrete. Now if I draw a line where this intersection is and step down, okay, there is where my next jog will be. Okay, so line from here down, line from this intersection to here, okay, from that intersection down, and from that intersection, this will be the last of it. Okay, so typically at this point he's going to have a lot of concrete showing. Okay, there's just nothing we can do about that. He can make another jog farther along this back wall to get down to that height, but at this point, okay, we're just going to stretch, okay, and we're just going to go right up. That's where we say everything's going to be here right now. Okay, and fillet. Okay, so there I'm 8 inches away with my concrete. Okay, fillet all of this. Okay, fillet, and again. Okay, so this will be concrete wall, this white line, this jagged line that I've drawn. from this concrete wall, he will just use framing up to the bottom of his floor, right, which was this line right here. Okay, and he will go down. So we can erase this construction line and erase that construction line. Okay, so that, now again, how he digs this is up to him. Okay, but what we're showing is to code, and we will label that, you know, with a note that says no more than 24 in this direction, no more than 24 in that direction. When he actually digs his hole, this may all change. Okay, but as long as he adheres to the code that the label that we put on here, he'll pass inspection. Okay, so that's that's the side of the house. The rest is the same as we did up here. Okay, so we'll offset 24 for our overhang. Okay, actually in this case I'm going to move this from there to there because the roof is going to go right over top of this deck. It's going to be one big roof. Okay, we know that from this elevation that would be our soffit line. Okay, and we know that's our soffit line, fascia line, and that would be the bottom of the fascia, and the very top of the roof would be right there. So we just clean this up. Okay, there we go. Okay, we know that the walls stop here, right? That'll be a post. Okay, we've got our floor level. Okay, we know that trim. Okay, this wall line is going to stop right there, and again stop right there. Okay, so you can see the basement starting to form. Okay, now we have a beam running across here to support the rafters for this roof, and there'll have to be a post on top of that beam. Okay, so I'm going to offset 6 inches. Okay, so this is a post system here, post and beam. My floor joists are going to extend out. They're going to be a continuation of that. Okay, so this floor joist right here where I'm circling, actually I can trim it here. Okay, because you're not going to see the inside of the floor when you're looking at the outside of the house, but you will see the outside of the deck. Okay, and I'm just going to trim that line right there. Okay, now I'm going to put that line back in, and I'm just going to match properties to something on the hidden layer. Okay, that's a dotted line showing it is continual. Okay, so I'm just going to steal something here. This little post thingy here, right here, we're just going to copy the same construction down there. So I'm going to steal it. I'm going to copy that whole thing. What about heights though? Okay, let's just steal it. We'll put it in place here after. Okay, so we know that this is grade. Grade's actually going to come out to here. I can, well, I'll leave those dimensions there for now. Okay, so this, again, he's going to pour some concrete. If I go to here, and I saw a little blue line in there. There we go. We'll get rid of that. And then I'm going to offset 8 inches. I'm going to have 8 inches of this concrete showing. And I'm going to move this from where? Well, let's go right there. And turn F8 off. And I'm going to put it right there. Okay. Now we need to center this on the post, so I'm just going to move it. And I'm just going to move it in a straight line, 1 inch over. Okay, so that's an 8-inch round concrete on a 6-inch post. Okay, now there's a whole bunch of other things in here, and we'll call those up when we do the cross section, exactly how this is all built and what it's built with. Okay, so here we've gone down. We know that that's 4 feet. And we've just put a mushroom at the bottom, a what they call a Bigfoot. It's just a plastic round where we can get like a footing at the bottom of a sonotube post. Okay, post there. What we're missing is a beam. Okay, so when we go here to the construction of the deck, we are going to have a beam that runs right along here. Okay, and all these floor joists are going to sit on top of it. Okay, so we're just going to zoom in here, and again, we haven't sized the beam. I'm going to offset 12 inches. Well, no, I'm going to offset 10 for now. Whoops, that didn't work. Offset 10. Okay, I'm just going to draw a line from there to there, and from there to there. Okay, so that's a beam. Okay, that runs along the lake at the back of the house. It runs with the house. Now, all of this can shift back, okay, or you can extend your deck out another foot, something like this, just so it's not one big flat wall. Okay, so if we were to do something like this, okay, that might look a little nicer. Our railing, would be way back here though, if we hooked up to that main post, or they could put a smaller railing here. Okay, for now, we're just going to leave it flush. Okay. Okay, that's pretty much it. Oh, I'm missing a line here. It disappeared. It's my top of concrete. Okay. Windows. We have no doors here, so I'm just going to use zoom in a little closer and just use X line vertical. And I'm going to find my windows. I have one there, and I have one there, 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 and there. Okay, so this was the big front window, or the window that matched the front. It's 3 feet wide. This is the kitchen window over top of the sink. This is bedroom window 4x3, and this is that little 3 by 1 foot high that we were going to put up quite high distance. Okay, from there to there, yeah, 3 feet. Okay. We have to establish the height of these windows. Okay, and so I'm going to put this line back in. This is our top of floor. And typically, doors and windows are 80 inches off the floor. Or when we get into doing the cross section, we'll actually show how that window at the top is built. There's 2 plates, we know that, we talked about that. And then we'll use probably a 2x10 header on top of it, an L1. So it'll be 2 2x10s nailed together. So that's 9.5 inches plus the 3 for the plates. Plus at the bottom of the header, if you nail 2 2x10s together, it's only 3 inches, but our walls are 6. And so you usually put a plate on the bottom, so that would add another 1.5 inches. So typically it's 14 inches down from the top of the wall, or 80 inches up from the bottom. Okay, in this case we're just going to use 80. Okay, so that'll be the same height as the top of our doors. Okay, so there's 80 inches. Now we know, well, we can trim, clean it up a bit. Okay, we can get rid of that one and that one and that one and that one. Okay, we could have trimmed both. Okay, and get rid of, I'm going to use the fence, all of these construction lines. Okay, now this one was 12 inches. This one was not 35, 36 inches. Okay, this one was the same, 36 inches. And this one we were making 6 feet, so 6 feet. Okay, we can trim. We'll get rid of all of these and these and these little guys. Okay, something to note here. Okay, so that was the top of our floor, that line right there. I'm going to offset 8. There's a code that says if you're within 8 inches, you have to have safety glass, and we're right there. Okay, so I brought the windows down as low as I possibly can without having to go to the extra expense of using safety glass in these windows. They'll just be normal sealed units. Okay, so I can erase that line, and we don't need this line anymore. Actually, we do. Let's put it back in. Well, let's do it from the bottom because we're going to do the basement windows now. Okay, so from the basement windows, same idea. I have a couple of plates, a header, the 2x10 header, and then a plate at the bottom of the header. So we're just going to go 14 inches. Okay, so 14. Now, the only drawback to this is that these windows will be really high up because this is a 10-foot high basement, right? So we can do the opposite. From the top of concrete slab, we can offset 80. Okay, so you can see if I do them at 80, I might be able to sneak in a window here. Let's try offset 36. Let's try that. No, that's too much, right? We're down below that concrete line, so let's offset 30. Okay, now there's another code. Okay, for instance, this window here in the bedroom. It has to do with egress. Egress is the ability to get out of the house if there's a fire. And so it pertains to bedroom windows. So the theory is that if you're sleeping at night, okay, and there's a fire in the house, you may not know it until the fire has blocked your main entrance. And so you need egress. You need to be able to get out in an emergency. And so they size the windows accordingly. And you know, there's a whole formula involved. It does vary for wherever you are building. In our area, which is one of the strictest, you basically get you can build a window 4 by 30 and open that window, so only half of that window opens, and you are going to meet egress. So we stick to that. Okay, he may have a bedroom down here. Okay, so this 4, if we have to make the window 4 feet wide. Okay, now we don't know where he's putting in a bedroom. He hasn't given us a basement plan, or we're not really drawing a basement plan. We're not getting paid to draw a basement plan for him. But he should think about, and I've already discussed it with him, where he may put a bedroom. Okay, and in that case we have to worry about egress. I'm just going to take a line from the middle of this, and I'm going to offset it in 24 on either side. Okay, and I'm going to fillet. Whoop, not that one. I'm going to fillet these. Okay, and I can erase this construction line. But you can see he can fit one in if he does this routine, and we already talked about he may have different steps. Okay, so we're not going to go too far, but we are going to show him what we can and can't do here. So if I offset, no, I don't have to. This is my bottom of floor, so the ceiling of the basement. Okay, that's it. Nope, that's not quite it. Another couple minutes. Okay, let's offset again 30 inches. Okay, so this window is higher. Okay, and not as nice for a bedroom, but we could sneak one in there. Offset 24. Okay, and fillet. Okay, erase. Okay, here up in this section, I mean, we still could sneak in a window. Let's say we had a bathroom in here. Okay, there's a couple ways we could do it. We know that this line right here would be the bottom of a beam underneath the floor, but what if they put the beam right into the floor? Okay, so we line, this is the, from the top of the floor. Okay, let's say they put a beam in here. So they would stretch it across. It'd be a couple of 2x10s, and then the floor joist would lock into that. So it would hold floor joist and it would hold the beam. Okay, so now we can work from the bottom of the floor, and if we offset, give it a plate, we could get a 1-foot window in there. Let's try that. Let's just go in the middle here. Okay, and even bigger, let's offset 8 inches. Okay, so we've left that much from the bottom of the ceiling for trims and the drywaller to finish this drywall. Okay, so there's the end of the video. Let's just draw a line up through the center of this. Okay, offset 24. Fillet. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Okay, get rid of our construction lines. Okay, get rid of our basement lines. Okay, we could do this. Okay, now we could also have a window here. We can show him that. So these are options for him. He will pick something, how he wants to go, and that's what we'll draw on the working drawing. Okay, we'll see you in the next tutorial.